Welcome to Doug's Open Mic, a podcast spotlighting local musicians, bands, and songwriters.
Hi there, DUG here, back with another episode of Doug's Open Mic. Got two new people here today. I'm very excited. Shawn Allen and Ray Carroll. I know Shawn from, we'll get into it when we talk, a while. He's a excellent sound guy at the Knickerbocker and very talented upright bass player. And spoiler, I love the upright bass. No offense to you electric bass guys, but the upright bass to me just strikes, pardon the pun, a chord in my heart. And Ray Carroll, who I've never met actually. So one of the great things about this podcast is that I'm meeting people that I've heard of and I've seen them, but now I get these little private concerts. So it's really good. So say hello, guys. First, we'll start with Shawn.
Hi. How are you, Doug? Thanks for having us on the show.
Yeah. It's good to see you. Seeing you. So what do you think? How long ago did we meet at the Knickerbocker? 5 years? 10? How long have you been at the Knickerbocker?
I've been at the Knickerbocker 10 years now.
It was probably then.
Probably right in the very beginning.
I've been a long-time fan.
You've been coming into a lot of shows there for a long, long time.
Yeah. It's like... So Shawn runs the soundboard there, which is a very spectacular soundboard, and does a great job. I mean,
thank you.
We'll get more into the Knickerbocker about how wonderful it is for touring bands with their backline and what they provide to people that are coming through, but that's for later. Ray, how are you?
Doing good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. How do you like our little studio? Huh?
It's great.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's mostly a workout space, honestly, but we're trying to slowly convert it.
I like it. It's got a nice feel here. Definitely.
Yeah.
Good sound in this room as well.
No, considering it doesn't have any of those acoustical accoutrements, with those big foam pads or anything like that, but it's fine.
It does. It sounds just fine.
So usually I start off, and I'll get you guys one at a time. What are your early years? When you start playing music, who was like a big influence, that type of stuff?
Well, I've been playing a long time. I mean, ever since I was a kid, I started out playing classical piano. I played that from the age of 9 until about 14 or 15. I used to take lessons here in Westerly from Harry Lawton, a fantastic teacher. He has since passed on, but he was great. And then somewhere along the way, I wanted to rock.
Probably when you were like 16, probably.
Yeah, I was in that age.
I'm guessing.
And I traded the piano in for a guitar, electric guitars, and started playing with some local guys from high school here in Westerly. Yeah. And it wasn't too long. I kept trying to get a band together.
Yep. And
within a couple of years, I always had a hard time finding a bass player. So I said, the heck with it. I'm going to play bass.
Yeah, there you go.
And I just, ever since I did that, I couldn't get enough. I love it. It's my instrument, and I love playing the bass.
Yeah, well, so, that's true with a lot of people. It takes a while to find your instrument, but when you find it, you find it.
Yes.
It just, when you find it, and then you go, that's it.
So playing the electric bass, I did that for many years in a lot of local bands.
Yep.
And then, I don't know, about 4 years ago, Ray?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Around 4 years ago, I used to do an open mic at the Nick.
Oh, I remember. I played it a few times.
So one day, Ray shows up with his guitar, and I noticed he wasn't signing up on the list. So I approached him. I said, hi, I said, I'm Shawn, introduced myself. I said, I see you got your guitar. I said, but you haven't signed up. And he was very reluctant. He had never gotten up on stage before.
Oh, see, that's...
So I convinced him. I said, Ray, you got to get up there and just give it a shot.
Ben will back me up. I've mentioned that probably 3 or 4 podcasts. So like open mics are the best thing, and you're gonna hate it. The first couple you're gonna hate it. You're gonna but you got to do it. It's like getting a vaccination.
Well, when he came off that stage, I saw a different person in him immediately.
Yeah,
I was like, and I think I
yeah,
said
because
to
he
him,
probably said,
I
you know
said
what?
to him,
That wasn't so bad. It was bad, but not as bad as I thought.
I see something. I said, I think that stage bug bit you. And he came to every single open mic since then.
Oh yeah, you also see. I don't do it as much now, but when I was first starting out, I was everywhere. You know, and I think that's what you got. I was going to like open mics up. I remember going to one that was up in somewhere in the middle of Connecticut, but this bar was bad. It was like some people was like, you're gonna go play? What do you do? I'm gonna play at this open mic. I might come up and see you. No,
you don't want to go. Yeah.
What's nice about the Knickerbocker is that it's for music. There's no TV sets in there.
Oh,
there's no TV.
Who did we talk with that with? But somebody.
Oh, we talked about Glenn Kenzia was on the show.
Yeah.
So we talked about we talked a little bit about the Nick, but the Nick has the main Knickerbocker and then the tap room, and we specifically talked about the tap room that Glenn runs.
With no TV.
Yep, they carried right on where there's no TVs.
Neither one of them have a TV.
When I first started working at the Knickerbocker, there was a big screen TV in the main room, and there was TVs in the tap room. And then one night we were having a show, and Johnny Nicholas, who helped kind of develop the new Knickerbocker, he come walking in, and it infuriated him that people were watching TV during a music show. And the next day,
it was out.
All those TVs were gone. And I couldn't commend him enough about that because his quote, he said, "This is not a sports bar."
Yep, absolutely.
So
and
this
you know
is
what?
a place of music.
And most people won't care, but it's a distraction. It's a distraction a lot of times if you're playing in a bar too. It's a distraction for the musician if he can see it.
I agree.
Yeah, so I went to someplace the other day and they had an open mic on a Sunday afternoon. And they had an open mic and it was competing with a football game, and everybody was unhappy. The people at the bar weren't happy because the music was interfering with hearing from it. The people at the open mic weren't happy because they could hear the thing. It's just like, you know what?
No, yeah.
You gotta. I agree. Separate, but equal.
So you guys have been playing together for about 4 years now. Then you said.
Well, it started off the first. I had a really hard time getting up on stage. Yep. Like I said, Shawn and Mark Conley kept urging me to keep coming back. So I came back. I went for 5 months in a row without missing a Thursday night down there.
Yeah.
But there was times in there I could only get through 1.5 songs. Yeah. I'd get finished with my set and sit down and trying to drink a glass of water. The cubes were rattling in the glass. Yeah. And
but every time got a little easier, right?
Got a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And then...
and so every once in a while he'd ask me to get up on stage and play, and I'd always brought my electric bass. And I got to be honest, I did not know too much of this country music kind of riffs or any of that stuff, and I struggled and I almost didn't want to get up and play with him because I didn't know any of his material, but it slowly started to kind of sink in. And after playing with him for about a year or so, I'd say, I out of the blue, I was just like, Ray, you know what would be really cool? Is if I played upright bass.
Yeah.
And it just went from there. I went and I sought out a student bass, and then shortly after that, I was like, this wasn't the bass for me. So I had this one made at Upton Bass for myself.
Oh, wow.
And I just...
it's a beautiful... I was going to mention it. So that's a custom made?
They made this for me. They did. Yep.
Oh, no
That's
kidding.
how they do it there. You walk in, they kind of measure you up for it. They make sure they
I didn't
put you
know
in the
that.
right instrument.
I know the Upton bass. I know Jack. But
they are just great over there. They could have been more accommodating and encouraging as well.
Yeah. And this is so a lot of people don't know that actually upright basses come in different sizes. There's actually there's a 3/4 size.
This is a
for sure.
3/4.
That's a 3/4.
This is the most popular size.
I thought that was a full one. So the full size is bigger?
There's one even bigger than this,
Bigger?
a 4/4. And that's mostly just for like orchestra and stuff like that. It's
so that's a 3/4.
This is a 3/4, yeah.
All right, it's big.
The student one that I had was a half. And it was kind of small for me, and I knew right off the bat that it was too small for me.
So how tall is that? 7 feet, maybe 6 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, 6'2", probably probably 7 foot tall.
Yeah, it could, and it's got an adjustable peg on the bottom, so you can make it. You can adjust the height.
So you could make it 6.5 feet.
Sure, you could. Yeah.
Well, and it's a beautiful instrument, and Ray, you have a great looking guitar, and I want to hear you both play them.
Yep. Okay.
It's about the time of the show for our first song, if you guys want to get ready for that. And they're going to need a second to adjust. So while they do that, Doug, let's talk about our first sponsor.
Yeah.
Today's show is brought to you in part by Perks and Quirks. We talked a lot about open mics in the first segment of this show. Perks has a fantastic open mic, which is where a lot of people in this town have gotten started on Monday nights. You can see friend of the show, Gene, for that. They also have their world-famous martinis, live music 6 nights a week, and you can check out them every day starting at 11 a.m. They have a great selection of coffees, breakfast sandwiches, and eclectic grilled cheeses.
And I've been going to Perks, I think, pretty much since they've opened. Back when they were much smaller and a little bit further down the street, and then they moved up to where they're at now, and then they added the new room, and it's just the best place for local. I mean, I guarantee you, if you go to Perks when they're having live music, the people that they have playing are good. They're.
I love going there just because all my friends are always there, and they make a great martini. They really do.
Yeah, they do. I don't. I'm not a martini guy, but they look very dangerous. But
I tell you, not more than one.
No.
All right,
let's go.
Yeah, Shawn and Ray, take it away.
All right, so this song here is, like I said earlier, I had a real hard time for the first 5 months making it through all my songs. So one night on the way home, my significant other, Elaine, says, why don't you write a song about what it feels to getting up there?
Yeah.
And I said, okay, it's like therapy, I guess, So here it is. This is called Open Mic at the Nick. It goes like this.
Beautiful.
Well, it's a Thursday night, and I'm sitting here at the Knickerbocker Cafe. Well, it's open mic night, and I have come to play. I think I'll do 2 covers. I'll do one of mine. I've been practicing those 3 songs about 1,000 times. I order me a brew and a plate of chicken wings while I fumble with my 3-song list, retune all my strings. Shawn taps me on the shoulder, said, Ray, your time is come. I can't find my 3-song list. What was number 1? I don't know when I started. My first song is done. Well, it sounded pretty good to me. Hey, this is almost fun. My mouth is getting dry as I finish song number 2. And I thank God there's a 3-song limit. One more and I'm through. Well, they say I sound a lot like Johnny. I guess that ain't a bad place to be. They don't know the quiver in my voice that they hear is the fear building up inside of me. Now I start my 3rd song. I'm glad it's one of mine, 'cause they don't know the words or tune, and that suits me just fine. I finish up my set, head across the floor. I make it to my table, wobbly knees and all. I take a bite of now cold wings and a sip of nice warm brew. My body's shaking so bad I don't have to chew. They say I sound a lot like Johnny. I guess that ain't a bad place to be. And they don't know the quiver in my voice that they hear is the fear building up inside of me. Yeah, they say I sound a lot like Johnny. I guess that ain't a bad place to be. Even though my body's shaking and my voice has got a squeak, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm coming back next week.
Oh, that was awesome.
It's so true. He's got it. He's got it. That's what starting out in the open mic's like. That's what it's like.
Very fun.
Yeah.
All right, so they're just going to adjust their microphones again
Yep.
once more. That was such a personal song. That was so fun. You know what I mean? Like you really painted quite a picture with that.
Oh, thanks. And it's fun doing it. You know, and that was that's probably one of the only songs that I've actually written with a theme ahead of time. You know, I actually sat down and had to think about it and write it.
Yeah.
The other times, you know, we just kind of fool around with the chords and stuff, and I throw some words in there, and all of a sudden it turns into an idea, it turns into a song, and then I bring it over to Shawn and say, what do you think about this? And he adds his little bit and makes a few suggestions, and then there it is. It's a song.
So when did you stop playing guitar?
Well, it was at a Christmas stroll down in Westerly in the tender age of 58.
Oh,
In
yeah.
two- in
I'm
2000
saying I was late to the party, too. But, you know,
About 2008.
yeah.
And then, you know, practice a little bit. And I'm
you
going
know
to wear
what?
out the top of my neck here because that's all I know is up here. I know 7 chords, and
You know, that's all you need.
it's just a lot of fun.
It's all you need.
Yeah, that's it.
I've said that before again on the podcast. It's like, it's never too late. Go,
No,
you know, and it's not.
right,
It's,
it is.
and you know what? Spoiler, it's not as hard as it looks. It's not as, you know.
Just gotta stick to it.
You gotta stick to it. 15.
that's right.
If you can do 15 minutes a day, just find 15 minutes a day. You'd be amazed.
You would be amazed how quickly you would advance.
Yep.
Yes.
About a month of frustration. And then and then things will start
Something
coming.
will happen, yeah.
Yeah, and
Something will happen. You'll find your way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Shawn,
that's always been a beautiful thing about music for me through the years. You know, because there's been times where I've had problems in my life, you know what I mean? Or like
Yep. Oh,
things
yeah.
going on, so I had to put the music down for a little while. But you know what? It was always there for
Yep.
me to come back to. And of course, I love it so much, I always went back to it, you know?
And that's why I say with, you know, parents with kids, and sometimes I used to teach young kids the guitar, and all of a sudden, you know, and sometimes they say, I say, go, you know what? Fine. You know, it's just like, if he's getting tired of it, he wants to try something, let him take. But he'll always know that he can do, you know, come back. I said, you'll be surprised. I bet you he'll come back to it, you know. It's just,
Yes.
I took guitar lessons. I put it down one day
Oh.
to take a little break, and I
never put it back
I
again.
never picked it back up.
Well, at least you try. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
it's-
no, big
It's not for
regret.
everybody. It's
Yeah.
not for everybody. We're not all
but you
musicians.
never know. You know,
Oh, no.
when I bought the guitar, you know, it was like I practiced for first week really steady, and my fingers hurt, and
Yeah.
and then I practiced a couple days, and then I was still working, so it's like I work, you know, 9-10 hours a day, and come home, and it's like maybe strum it a little bit, but put it away, and
But
yeah, it took a while for me to actually, and
To
then
a regiment.
and then I as I practiced and got a few more chords and
Yep.
could actually make the changes without fumbling over. I
Yep.
still fumble over them, but but it's
We all
it's
do. We all do.
but you know, and then when I started writing my own songs,
Yep.
you know, I did Johnny Cash covers and stuff like that up in the spare bedroom on Springbrook Road over there, and then from there started writing a few of my own songs,
Yeah.
and they sounded pretty good to me. Yeah, it's a line out of a song I just sang. They sounded pretty good to me, so Then Elaine, of course, said they sounded great, and I was like, "Yeah, are you sure?"
Yeah.
Well, they do. I mean, I've only heard one, but they sound great. How many songs have you written now? Do you have a count of them?
21.
21. That's great. And how long have you been writing? Since you
50 and a half.
I would say like 2010 or 11, I wrote my first song, but then there was a long pause on songwriting, and then maybe started again about 4 years ago, because I don't think I did any originals when I went to open mic at first. I think it was sometime during the first year I did a couple originals.
Into the original stuff.
Yeah.
So, Shawn, do you ever go back and play electric bass anymore?
I do. In fact, I have a recording studio at my house, and I did a full-length album for a friend of mine last year, and he wanted to do a CD release party, so he asked me if I would play the bass for the party. So I learned all the songs and got out and played bass.
That's awesome.
But see, things like that are so good. And Ray did 2 of Doug's commandments about learning how to play guitar. One of the commandment is open mics. Open mics are great to get, thing. Number one, they're fun, and they can be fun after a while, but in the beginning they're not fun. But as what Ray said. But the other thing is, like he said in his song, is like, if you know you're going to play an open mic on Thursday, you're going to practice the hell Monday and Tuesday, getting ready. You know what I mean? More than you would do if you don't have anything to do.
So something that I say to my friends all the time is about me and Ray. I said, me and Ray, we're going to conquer the music business one open mic at a time.
and then the other commandment is find somebody to play with, and then all of a sudden, once you find somebody to play with or people to play with, or go to people's houses, that helps stupendously. And there's people out there. There's people out there all over the place,
And now I can't quit, because when Shawn bought his first stand-up, he came and told me, he says,
I got to pay.
I'm going to buy a stand-up so you and I can play. So it's like, oh man, the guy's buying an instrument just.
Oh God, I
got to be honest. That's what I do. That's what I do to my friend too.
I didn't want to even think about how much that thing costs.
I mean, a little blackmail.
Oh yeah, no, that's
you're not going nowhere.
Yeah, you no.
A new bass,
I'm always like, hey, I just spent a whole bunch of money on this equipment. We're doing this right now. Yeah,
yes, exactly.
You have to. So starting at 58 though, that's
amazing?
That's so amazing. It's really ridiculous. My question is, was there music in your life before that?
No, it's like, and I'm the type of person, like, I hear music on the radio, I can't tell you who sings it. I never like studied music. I never studied songs or like I said, I knew the typical Johnny Cash ones and stuff like that, but like that Tom T. Hall, I never heard of Tom T. Hall.
I know.
I heard that on the radio driving down the highway.
He drives me crazy. He shows up to practice every week. He's like, "Hey, I got a new one." I'm like, "Where did you find that?" Oh,
David Allan Coe.
Oh, David Allan Coe.
I knew some of his songs, but I didn't know it was David Allan Coe that sang.
Oh, David Allan Coe.
Because he sings all sorts of songs. He's great. He's nuts. But
so do you write all the songs, or Shawn, do you write some of the songs?
No, Ray writes all these songs.
Oh wow,
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
You guys want to play us another one?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. So, all right. So this next one here, I think we'll do is it's called "Hope I Didn't Wait Too Long."
All right. So you guys get set up and
while you get set up,
and we'll fill it with idle chatter.
I'll run through another ad. So maybe you have been playing your entire life. Maybe you're a musician, and you're starting to get some aches and pains. You're in luck. This episode is brought to you by Mystic River Acupuncture, ancient medicine for a modern world. Come try their safe and effective methods to improve your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Use them for prevention or quicker healing from an illness. The clinic offers a wide range of services from acupuncture, Chinese herbs, therapeutic massage, and non-needling methods such as cupping, magnet therapy, and so much more. Mystic River Acupuncture is conveniently located in Groton City Center, or in the city of Groton near I-95 and Route 1. The live reads aren't going to be as clear as they used to be, but Doug, tell us a little bit about Kathy.
So I've known Kate to me.
Kate.
So she's a fellow musician. She's been playing with me. We play over at the DPI and John's, and now with the social and the old times thing. And so she plays the squeeze box and the mandolin and the fiddle. So she's well acquainted with the various musicians' aches and pains, and she knows how to treat them, I've literally seen her take musicians, out in the back room and give them a quick acupuncture thing. I was like, all right, good for you. Not for me, but she's great. I love her, and a wonderful woman.
Awesome. All right, well, it looks like Ray and Shawn are ready to go. So I cannot wait to hear this next song.
All right, this song here is about way back when I first thought about playing the guitar, and that was in 1968 in high school. And then, anyways, it's sort of an autobiography of how I thought about it back then and where I am today.
Didn't do it, though.
Didn't do it.
Didn't do it.
And you'll hear why. It was 1968. I was young, I had a dream. I'd learn to play guitar, write a song, sing it on TV. But Uncle Sam called, I had to go. So I packed my things, took my dream, put it on hold. When I came home, started a family. I coached Little League, soccer and basketball. Built my house with these two hands while working 10 hours a day. But I kept in the back of my mind, someday I'd learn to play. Hope I didn't wait too long to take the time to sing my song. Trying to sound like someone you know. Well, it turns out that someone is me. 40 years have come and gone, I wouldn't change a day. My kids are all grown up, yeah, they're on their way. Think it's time for me to find the dream I tucked away. Think it's time for me to learn to sing and write and play. Bought a used guitar, teaching myself to play. I've learned lots of chords, started with letter A. Think it's time for me to sing, I think the time is right. Think it's time for me to sing and play my song tonight. Hope I didn't wait too long to take the time to sing my song. Trying to sound like someone you know. Well, it turns out that someone is me. Hope I didn't wait too long to take the time to sing my song. Trying to sound like someone you know. Well, it turns out that someone is me. Yeah, it turns out that someone is me.
Wow, that's awesome.
That is so much like me, though. Oh, my God. And well, I learned a little bit of guitar when I was like 20, 23, but then like his song, the kids came along and it kind of just got put aside, and then I went through when I get into anything, I get into hip deep. And so I did, for a while I was doing chess. Oh my God, I was playing chess like crazy.
Yeah.
But it was so much work. And then I went into Texas Hold'em for about 5. Yeah,
That got expensive.
I did well.
You did okay?
But eventually it kind of just got mechanical and you know what I mean? After a while, I mean, I played so much, it was almost mechanical, you know?
Right.
Like I pick up whatever I picked up, as soon as I picked up 2 cards, I knew exactly what I was going to do. You know?
Right.
I mean, every now and then there'd be some sort of something you had to try to figure out, but in general, it was very mechanical. And I played what they call very tight. So I would only play 20% of the hands, you know. So I was folding off. I would never play until, you know.
You would never take a chance, really.
But then I decided that I got laid off on my thing, and then I went into the music, and I was like, I'm in. And but I probably didn't start getting heavy into the music, you know, 58, literally.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm glad you.
So much fun.
I think that we're all glad you did.
And I can't tell you how glad I am that I got into this upright bass, because now that I play this, I have upright players that come to the club, you know, and I have something I can talk to these old cats about. And it's just the coolest thing. I feel like I belong to my own little club now. You know what I mean? It's neat.
That's so awesome.
That's one of the... If there's nothing else, here's another spoiler, everybody. If there's nothing else about learning guitar and to be able to sit in and stuff, you got a front row seat on everything. And it's so interesting, kind of like what's going on behind the scenes. It's, you know, you talk to people about, you know, like Shawn said, you might talk to them about their instruments or we could talk about...
It's a great way to meet people, for
it's
sure.
just a great way to meet people.
Yeah.
And there are some jerks out there, like and everything
There's jerks
else.
everywhere you go.
There's jerk everywhere you go,
That's right.
but in general, the musicians are great people.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So how we doing now, Ben? We might be ready.
Yeah, no, we are almost out of time. So I would love if you guys have one more that you would want to play us out.
Hold on, before that. Oh, you're
well, they're setting up anyway. Yeah. Well, we want to know where we can, where people can find you, and how people can reach you, and how people can book you guys for stuff.
Well, let Shawn handle that one.
Well, jeez, I'm at the Knickerbocker all the time.
Yeah,
I mean, that's one way to find me. But I mean, we both have Facebook pages, so you can find me on Facebook, Shawn Allen, or you can find Ray Carroll. That's 2 R's and 2 L's.
Yes.
Or you can any guest that we have.
Or you can go to my YouTube channel if you want to hear some of my other music.
There we go.
Oh, definitely.
Go to Ray
He
Carroll
does. He's
on
got a lot of
YouTube.
That's awesome.
There's like 30. There's some covers on there and stuff, but
Cool.
it's fun.
Fun
I'm
stuff.
proud.
Or if you kind
I
of
got
you're having trouble.
32,000 hits on it, so that's
Oh, nice.
Yeah, better than me.
not too many on my originals, just covers.
Just the covers? Yeah, they do really well.
But again, if you have trouble, get a hold of Ben or me. We'll get you in touch.
You
with
steer us our way.
All right, yeah. And finally, while you guys set up for your last song, we have one last sponsor for the
All right,
night,
yep.
and that is Boneyard Barbecue in Ashaway. If you want the perfect place for a night out, go to Boneyard Barbecue in Ashaway. They have live entertainment, DJ trivia on Tuesdays, sometimes hosted by yours truly, karaoke twice a week, classic car shows, seasonal. They have wings specials, all sorts of stuff. Open mics are on Wednesday nights now. Is that right, Doug?
Yep, open mics on Wednesday nights now. Yep.
Awesome.
I especially like their wasabi cucumber
Easy
chicken
for you to
wings.
say.
One, two.
Yeah, they are. And you don't find that
That sounds good.
They are good. They are good, and not super hot. You know, just that. I like them.
Well, Shawn, go check them out. Tell them that Doug sent you.
Oh, I will.
Awesome. All right, what's the last song that you guys
Let's
are going to
see,
play for us?
Well, here's one of those songs I was talking about earlier where you just get up there and play a few chords and all of a sudden something happens. Maybe you only play 2 chords. And this is, so one day I was just up there. That's an A minor.
I love minors.
And an E. What I want to do. Write a simple song, make it nice and easy. Everyone can play along. Don't make it too short and not too long. I write a 2-chord song. Call all my friends, say get over here. Bring your picks and sticks, I'll supply the beer. No, it won't be hard, it's easy to do, 'cause we're only playing 2. And the drummer's getting restless, wants to beat them skins. And the bass man's sleeping while he's thumping them strings. They can't do wrong, such a simple song. It's just a 2-chord song. Now the upstairs neighbor, he's stomping his feet, but this time is different. He's keeping the beat, 'cause even he knows it's easy to do when you're only playing 2. If you lose your way, don't you fret none. Just stay where you are, I'll bring it back around. So here I am to show you how. 4, 3, 2, 1. Play the other one now. And the drummer's getting restless, wants to beat them skins. And the bass man's sleeping while he's thumping them strings. They can't do wrong, such a simple song. It's just a 2-chord song. Now there is one problem with a 2-chord song, is how do you end it before it goes too long? Just sing the chorus, that's the thing to do, like other songs do. That leaves the question, how many times do you sing that chorus? Do you sing it through? Well, you do the math. 3 minus 1, yeah, that leaves 2. And the drummer's getting restless when they hit those skins. And the bass man's sleeping while he's thumping them strings. They can't do wrong, such a simple song. Just a 2-chord song. And the drummer's getting restless, wants to beat them skins. And the bass man's sleeping while he's thumping them strings. They can't do wrong, such a simple song. It's just a 2-chord song. Just a 2-chord song. Just a 2-chord song. Yeehaw.